What's up, everybody? It's Kimball. Kimball and my giant beard here today. One fun fact is that my handlebar mustache has grown so long at this point that I can almost pull it back to my ears. And two, it is actually finally time to start working on the van. It's crazy. I've owned this van for almost a year. At this point in time, I've rebuilt the front end now and replaced the torque converter in the transmission and just all kinds of stuff. But I finally feel like one creeping, growing problem in the rear differential aside, maybe that's what it sounds like. The van's reliable enough to not care anymore. I don't think it's gonna explode. I don't think it's gonna break and leave me stranded. So it's time to build it. So yeah. Without further ado, let's get working. So we're working. So the first thing I have to do, obviously, if you look behind me, is take all that stuff out of here. It's just, God, bed platform and bedding and dog leashes and just the schmutz of life that accrues in my life in general, unfortunately, and then extra sauce when you have a weird vehicle like this that you aren't using for any sort of particular purpose except for doing weird errands with. So yeah, we're gonna take the bed platform out, remove all this stuff, and then we're gonna get to work taking down the ceiling. We gotta take this handy dandy handrail out, which requires drilling out all of these rivets. I want to take the floor out of the van because the floor itself is just like a 3/4 inch piece of plywood with this really textured material on top of it to keep it from getting slippery when it's wet, which is all well and good, and it's a pretty decent floor actually, except for it's really hard to clean. It attracts dirt really quickly, and it's just plywood, so it doesn't really have any insulation. And as you can see, I'm already too tall for the van, so I don't want to have to build up insulation under the floor. So what I'm going to do is get a layer of foam structural composite, which has some insulative properties, and lay that down on the floor and make a floor out of that. So the floor itself is the insulation and it doesn't have to get any taller. So that's down the road. First, let's take all this stuff out of here. One of my favorite ever sayings is that you can grab things with a wooden hand and you can walk with a wooden leg, but you can't see with a wooden eye. So anytime you're about to, I don't know, drill stuff overhead, it's going to put out a bunch of metal shaving. Safety glasses. Okay, so the drill is not working because what I was expecting to be aluminum rivets are steel rivets, and it is a slow, sharp, boring pain in the butt. Unfortunately, there's a problem, and that problem is that my girlfriend is remodeling her house, and I have been helping. That means all my tools are at my girlfriend's house, so I just went inside to get a chisel and a hammer to knock some of the heads off of what I drilled. I don't have it, so I went to get my angle grinder so I could grind the heads off. I don't have it. So the next stop is overkill. This is overkill. This is a 7-inch angle grinder with a cutoff blade. So not only is it overkill, but it's the incorrect overkill. Because this cutoff blade, you don't want to grind with it, you want to cut with it. I kind of need to grind. if you grind with one of these, it'll break and it'll send really sharp pieces of material flying everywhere, which will hurt you really bad and break everything around you. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, most of the rivets, all of the rivets have been mostly cut. Fingers crossed though that I didn't go too far and cut any of the roof bows of the van. Oh my god, my light just died. Hopefully you can still see me. Hopefully I didn't cut into any of the roof bows in the top of the van, because if not, I'll have to weld them and that'll be annoying. But whatever. One step closer, just got a couple screws to come out, and then the whole thing, I hope, will come off the ceiling. Ha 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 ha! Been waiting a long time to do that. I have to restart the camera because it has a 30-minute recording limit, and then it just turns off without telling you, which is super annoying. Also, I don't need these anymore. All right.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Okay. Oh goodness. Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh yes. That's the attachment point.
Just tacked on. Right into the beard. All right, it's like 9 o'clock. It's dark, it's time to make dinner, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. Didn't get a ton done today, but it's really nice to get started and just like start to take this thing apart, because after so long of looking at all this stuff, all this van garbage, all this bus garbage rather, it's just been driving me absolutely freaking bonkers to look at and wonder what's underneath it and all that, to finally pull it down out of the van and see what I'm actually working with under here is really, really exciting. So gonna put the camera down, gonna go make some dinner, gonna eat, gonna sleep, gonna pick this up in the morning, take out the seats, start taking out the floor. Hopefully it's not glued in, you know, whatever. It's gonna be great. Gonna get rid of a ton of wires and all kinds of nonsense. Very excited. So we'll pick you up tomorrow. Good night.